Day 69 of semen retention, and I just I feel incredible. I feel so full of purpose and so inspired again, so full of dreams, and I'm doing everything in my power to hold myself accountable and just get shit done. There's no real delay in input. I think of something and then I do it, I get it done. And that's the difference right there. That's what's going to actually push the needle and move you forward. For a very long time, I struggled with that. And I'll just go back to my addictions of just, degeneracy, of eating junk food, not eating right, consuming just dog shit content that wasn't benefiting me in any way. Just stupid, silly, fucking entertainment. There's a time and a place for that sometimes, but if you have big goals and dreams, you don't have time for that shit. Your time is so limited in this world. Why would you waste it just watching other people's lives? Falling into this trap of admiring these people that just don't even know you. They're just, why would you fall into that trap? When you could focus up and just, handle your own life, handle the things that you gotta get done. Man, I've been seeing a new benefit spawn in. Just this natural sort of respect that I've been getting from everyone is fucking crazy. Like, from men and women. Let me explain. In the sense of getting more respect from men, they look at me as some sort of leader. They ask me for advice. They look at me as like I'm capable of everything, like I know what the fuck I'm doing. And they look at me just willing to learn. That's some of them, right? Now, on the other end of that, they respect me out of some sort of fear. Now I have no trouble just telling somebody what it is, how it really is, and being my true, authentic self. This is something I struggled with my whole entire life. Just being myself around everybody. Faking this sort of persona so that I don't step on anybody's toes, so that I don't hurt anybody's fucking feelings. But now, I don't give a fuck. If you're on some bullshit and it's affecting me, and it's fucking up my energy, fucking up my day, I'll be straight up with you and tell you to fucking stop. Stop being on that bullshit. I told somebody off today at work because he was doing some unnecessary shit that was making my job harder, but making his job easier. He was already doing some easy shit, and that's fine, but you're making my job harder for no fucking reason? Fuck no. So I told him, just stop. Stop doing that. That's not the way that you're even supposed to fucking do it. And now if it wasn't affecting me or anybody else, that's fine. I don't care. Do what you gotta do. If you gotta, work around some fucking loopholes at work, I understand. You're not supposed to go by the book for everything. But it was making my job more difficult for no fucking reason. So I told him to fucking stop. And then he tried to, come back at me, and I snapped back at him. I fucking struck fear in him, and he didn't do it no more. I saw him just in shock because I fucking snapped back at him. And I usually don't do that. But it created some sort of respect, right? And that's what I'm starting to learn. With a lot of people, you just have to be this way, or they're gonna just try to walk all over you and abuse your fucking kindness. You know, especially if you're a real kind, caring person and you don't really want to get into too many conflicts. So you just, you let people do what they want to do sometimes, but you gotta realize sometimes enough is enough. And then yesterday too, same shit. I got into some conflict with some motherfucker, and I was real proud of myself for this, because I've been too pussy in the past sometimes where, a conflict will come about and I'll just kind of, ignore it or back down or whatever. But I saw this guy, this older guy who's fucking, lazy as fuck and does nothing at work, try to bully, my friend, my other friend at work, who was also an older gentleman. But the older gentleman that was getting bullied actually fucking works hard, and I really respect him a lot. And then this fucking other fucking lazy guy was trying to bully him and say that he wasn't doing his job. And then he was trying to, throw shit at him and just little dumb shit. And then pretend like it was an accident, right? And I saw that shit. At first I thought it was a joke, he jokes around with me like that, he fucks around, whatever. And I thought he was joking around with him. And then I realized it was serious, right? So then I talked to the older gentleman, the one that works hard. And I was like, what was that? I thought you guys were kidding around. And then he explained to me, that he was being like that to him all day. And I was like, all right, bet. So then I went up to that, the other motherfucker who was bullying him, and I told him off. I told him what it was. I told him, if he ever did some shit like that again, I'll beat the ever living fucking shit out of him, And I really fucking meant it. And I'll just fucking drag him where there's no fucking cameras and just beat the fucking shit out of him. Because to disrespect somebody that's, genuinely working hard and then trying to lie to me, he was trying to lie to me and tell me that fucking, the other guy, the guy who works hard, was being lazy. When I saw him that same day, just chilling on a chair, smoking his vape, when it was busy as fuck, right? While the other guy was running around, sweating, working hard. And that shit pissed me the fuck off. So I told him off. I told him what it was. He was trying to be all friendly with me and all this shit. I told him, no. I stand on principle. And you were just on some bullshit. So I'm calling you out for it. If you do some shit like that again, I'll fucking I'll tear you apart myself. I'll rip your fucking head off. I'm not fucking around. And I'm a pretty fucking, stocky dude. I have a bit of fucking muscle in me, so. And the way that I look at them and just the anger in my fucking eyes, they could sense that energy. And yet again, it struck fear in him. And, now he respects me out of fear. Now he knows not to do that to him. Now he knows not to, step on my toes neither. I asked him today, what's up, man? You're not fucking with my friend, right? You're not fucking around with him, bullying him, right? I was like, oh, no. I just stayed quiet to myself. I'm like, yeah, good, motherfucker. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't on semen retention, if I didn't have these fucking benefits of just all of this energy in me all of this just like, people feel it. People feel my fucking irradiation, my anger, my strength. I'm so fucking strong right now, and just, I have so much energy, and just, this is the end of my day right now. I worked out. I rushed home. I was talking with my brother. I was doing, birthday fucking activities and shit. Just open up gifts and, talking to my mom and doing all that. So I couldn't get a video out fucking last night. So then I fucking worked my 10-hour shift today, and bam, now we're still in the grind. And I'm not even like tired, I'm a little bit like at that point where now if I lay down, I'll fall right asleep. But I still just like, I have this energy in me, this just anger that just, I'm starting to control it the right way. And I'm starting to demand respect from people no matter what. I'm demanding respect. That's what it is. Whether I get it from fear or from love, I'm going to get it regardless. I'm just going to push through and keep being my genuine fucking self. And if it gets me in trouble, if it gets me fired from this job, if I end up standing on principle and doing something I'm not supposed to do at work because I need to stand on my principles, stand on my word, it is what it is. I'm grinding this job out for the last month so that I could fucking do a test run and move to my dream location and see if I could, make enough money on the business end in order to supplement that. But I need to, free up my time. So I'm just stacking up as much as I possibly can right now and just, dragging my feet at this fucking job. But it's getting tougher in a sense to be around certain people. But at the same time, I'm learning how to maneuver that in a good way, in a good positive way. The people I don't want to talk to, I'll tell them straight up, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Like, just get the fuck away from me. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to work right now. Leave me alone. And then the people that I fuck with, man, I have the most like lovely conversations ever right now. It could really be about, a whole lot of nothing, but they're just genuinely good conversations. And, man, I feel real proud of myself right now, And this isn't a lot. This isn't like, I haven't made a bunch of money at this point in my life. I was reflecting a lot last night because I turned 27, and I was just reflecting on everything, in a positive way. And I've came real far, and I've put myself through a lot, and I didn't do it all to just end up nowhere. And now I'm at a point where I understand my direction. I understand what I need to do, what I want to do. I understand how I can help people, genuinely help people, because I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen the darkest sides of me. I've seen just, how bad my mental state could get. I've seen, the bad things that I've just done to people, to other. I've hurt people before, man. I've hurt people before. If I'm gonna be real genuine with you guys, I've hurt people. I've, broke promises. I've let people down. And, those were some of the worst points in my life. And at those points in time, I thought I would never get out of it. I thought that was genuinely like it. I thought that was just who I was, right? And I had to just pull myself out of that and drag myself out of that. It was my future self. It was me right now. I was pulling myself out of that hell that I had, created. the thing is about life, everyone creates their bad reality. It's about the way you think and then the way you act based off the way that you think. And then you delay, doing the right thing. If you would have just stuck with certain things and done the right thing all along, you'd be in a much better position than if you're in a bad position right now. But I'm telling you, if you just start just little by little taking more accountability and sticking to your word, not lying to yourself, not lying to anybody, and just putting your head down and genuinely putting the work in, like, that's another thing too. This is what I didn't comprehend in the beginning of just trying to build myself in my early 20s, when I was 21, 22, 18, when I was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and just like really positive about life, because life didn't hit me that hard yet. I thought it did, but it didn't. Life didn't hit me that hard yet, and I thought that everything was just going to be easy. I thought that I was the person that I needed to be to reach my goals at that moment in time, to do all these things, but I was nowhere close to it. I had all these bad habits that, like, I was just like pushing down and not even realizing that they were bad habits. I was just doing whatever and pretending like I was working super hard, and in some aspects I was, but a lot of the time I was just grinding my gears. I would have periods of time where I would work really hard, and then I would ease off the throttle and go back to my habits and bad habits, and I thought that was okay. I thought that was enough to really like push that needle and become successful in my early 20s. And it almost kind of worked, but I wasn't hardened enough. I wasn't consistent enough. So if anything bad, came about, it would totally just destroy me. It would destroy my mindset, and I would just reset every single time. I wasn't hardened at all. I just gave up whenever things got tough with everything. With my relationships, with people, with friends, with my family, with my finances, with my job, just everything. Whenever times just got tough, I gave up every time. And that's not the way to be. That's not how you become successful. It's just not. You have to be somebody who swallows their fucking emotions no matter what, and do what you sought out to do from the beginning of the day. I'm telling you right now, you'll be so proud, because you'll actually be pushing the needle. And even if it's real slow, you'll be proud because you're doing the things that you said you would do. And you'll get closer and closer to your goals, and things will happen way quicker than you thought fucking possible, because you're actually genuinely putting in the work in now. Genuinely. And you're non-stop just on it. It's all you can think about. It's all you're hungry for. And especially if you've fallen before, like, you haven't fallen and you haven't went through hell all for nothing. Like, if you're at a bad spot right now, just please get back up and just keep on pushing, and just make it the last time that you fail. Really just make it the last time that you give up on yourself, and just hold yourself accountable, hold yourself to this high standard, and really get things done and become the person that you've always imagined, that person that you told everybody that you would be by now. By 27, I thought I'd have millions already, maybe have some sort of fame, have a house, have this, have that, have a nice car. I have none of that, because I was too up in my head and up in my ass, and just, I didn't know what I was fucking doing. I was demolishing my own life before my very eyes, and a lot of people do this without realizing. You have to like consciously be aware and take a step back and realize, wow, listen, I've been fucking up and I genuinely want it now. And it's actually time to change. And then only say that to yourself. Don't tell anybody you're going to go on this journey. Don't tell any, like, I'm a fucking YouTuber, so I'm telling you guys to fucking motivate you, and you guys understand. But like I'm saying, don't tell just like random family members or friends, oh yeah, I'm going on this journey and I'm doing this, I'm gonna be this. No, fuck all that. Be real quiet about it until you just, put your head down, put in the work, and then they'll just see the results. They'll see the results and just be enamored, be like, what the fuck? I didn't even know you're doing this, doing all this, This YouTube channel, nobody knows about it. Unless they somehow, like, found it. But I don't think anybody's found it yet. I think somebody would say something. But nobody knows about this. Nobody knows, People know, obviously, work like fucking 70 hours a week. And, go to the gym and all that shit. But I had it, like, I don't say my real goals. Like, I just tell my mom, like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, move up in this company and, all this stuff. And that's it. Like, that's where she thinks the end of the road is for me. And that, like, seems great because it's like, it's some sort of comfort for her mind, and that, like, I'll be okay and I'll be stable and all this. But that's never been my path, and I've always known that. The stability thing has never been my path, right? I need to try to just, like, push and push and push. And now I've found something that I genuinely, number one, I genuinely love. Like, I love just speaking my mind and making these videos, and then helping you guys along the way, and eventually I'll make money from it too. Like, this will be my career. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking awesome. That's what I've always wanted. And I knew that this was always my path, but I kept doubting myself and, didn't want to put the fucking work in. I kept giving up on myself. I kept trying to start up the channel for years now. And I've been consistent as fuck. And it's only been about a month and a half, maybe, of consistently posting 1 to 2 videos a day. Long form, short form, 10-minute video, 22-minute video. And yeah, I'm really just loving this journey. And the semen retention is the first pillar of all this. So I'm real grateful and thankful for really being able to stick to that this time. And now I'm going to, hit my peak physique. I'm going to just have the most money I've ever had and go to my dream state and do all this stuff. Like, my life is finally changing because of one thing. I just started holding myself to the standard that, like, I set for myself years ago. And genuinely holding myself accountable for all of it. I still have my little slips here and there, but I don't let it, like, fucking derail me anymore. I just keep going, keep charging on, and just keep fucking grinding this shit out. Because I know what my future holds. It's only a matter of time until I inspire the fucking world. It's only a matter of time until I have my dream fucking physique. It's only a matter of time until I have millions of dollars. It's only a matter of time until I fucking retire my mom and buy her a fucking home, retire my whole fucking family. Because that's the reason I do all of this shit, man. It's to help them just live the rest of their life just happy and not worrying about money. That's the only reason I even care so much about money. Of course, I want to buy, the nice shit and all that, reward myself a little bit, but that'll get tiresome real quick. And I'll always be like reminded of why I do it, to inspire you and to help my fucking family out. And my future family, my future kids, my future wife. Because I'm going to have just such a great fucking family. And it's only because I'm putting the work in now, man. I'm going to really thank myself later for all the work and all the pain that I'm putting in now. My body just aching 24/7. Being alone most of the time and understanding that I have to bear that burden. This is the burden that I asked for so that I can become so successful. And yeah, all of this is just going to make me win. I can't really relate to anybody no more, but that's okay, because I'm going to save my fucking family. I'm going to save, anybody who needs fucking help. I'm going to help them and, genuinely try to just push them to be better. Everyone that I love, all of you guys, I want to push y'all to be better. I'm showing you that I'm starting this shit from like scratch, from the start, from nothing, from being in debt, from ruining my fucking life in my early 20s. I'm just proving to y'all that you can come back from it all. With the power of the internet, you can do anything nowadays. You can talk about anything, you can create anything that you love. I love just fucking motivating people. I love fitness. I've been working out for like 10 years now, and I still love it. I'm so passionate about it. I'll have these talks with my brother the same way I kind of talk to you guys, and those just fire me up, and I just love like talking about stuff like that to people, and I hope I could find more people with that mindset and all of that, and just help guide them. I may be a little bit older than you, I may have a little bit more experience, and I can help guide you and help you not make the same fucking mistakes that I made, because I could have done all of this so much quicker. And I say all of this like not even having 200 subscribers on YouTube yet, and not making a dime from any of this yet, but I know my potential, and I know who I am now. I know the type of person that I am now, and I don't give up anymore. So I know where this is going. Yeah, I'm going to inspire a fucking generation of people to just win, to stop making excuses and just fucking win, no matter how hard it is. And it's incredibly fucking hard. It's not easy. It's incredibly fucking hard in every single aspect. It's not a game. It's not, easy. At a certain point, it will be a bit more easy when, I start to see some of the fruits of my labor, right? But at the same time, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to still want more. I'm going to want to grow more, inspire more people, still better myself, I still want to, learn how to fight better, learn how to, I want to learn how to, just read up more on relationship stuff so that I'm prepared, how to raise children, just try to really master who I am before I start a family and go on that endeavor, and really just master every aspect of my life and be an inspiration to just the people around me. Because the people around me have seen like where I've been at. You guys haven't seen, the full story, and not too many people know the full, like, everything of what I've been through and really how dark it's gotten. And I don't know if I'll ever, get that deep and share that much. That's a little bit personal, but yeah, just no matter what, just try again and try again. No matter how many times you fail, try again, but try to make this the last time. Try to really believe in yourself believe in yourself this time, and give it your all, and just attack this life like your life depends on it, because it does. And really just get to it. Like, you only have one life where you're you. Maybe you respawn in somebody else's body or like something like that, but you're this version of you at once. Don't waste it, especially if you're younger. Don't waste it, because time speeds up, time goes by quicker and quicker and quicker. And you're going to want certain things when you're older. You're not going to want to live with any sort of regret. So the more that you do now, the more that you put in now, the more you'll benefit later on in life. I'm telling you. Right? You gotta get away from bad vices, whether it's gambling, porn, smoking, drinking, partying, whatever it is, you need to get away from it. Like, if that's not part of you, it's okay to still do certain things. Like, if you chain smoke cigarettes, but you still get shit done and you're real productive, then so be it. That's your vice. Everyone has a little bit of a vice. I really like caffeine. That's kind of my vice. I take way more than the recommended dose, but hold on. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. My car was trying to like turn off because I've been just idle. But yeah, you have to really just push yourself, man. Like, this shit is difficult. And that's the reason why, number one, a lot of people don't make it in this, in any sort of entrepreneur endeavor. A lot of people don't make it. A lot of people try, or they think that they try real hard, and then they don't make it. It's because they didn't do what they needed to do. It's not because they got unlucky. They stopped at a certain point, and they just gave up on themselves, where they could have just kept going, and figured out a new plan to execute better. And then on the other end, the real like killers in the entrepreneurship world, they're killers in all aspects a lot of the time. They know how to just execute. And man, just like, and you don't have to like be the best at something. You don't. Like, I'm not the best speaker. You see me stumble on my words all the fucking time. I'm not the best thinker, not the best philosopher, not the best, I don't have the best physique. I don't have the best, like, whatever. But I have the work ethic and the mentality and the belief system behind me. That's what's going to push the needle. And the accountability, just showing up regardless of how you feel. Like, if you sought out to do something throughout your day, make sure you accomplish it. Make sure you complete it, and just push and keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. You know, you can't, man, like, you think you're trying super hard. You think you actually, like, you really want it. But if you really wanted it, you would be doing the things necessary in order to fucking get there. That's the whole thing. And like, if the needle is moving for you, and even if it's a slow process, if things are going right and, you know, everything's coming into fruition for you, then good, you're on the right path. But if nothing is seemingly working, there's something going on. There's something you might have to, you know, remove from your life. There's something that you have to really just work on. Maybe you're not working as hard as you think. Or you're working hard in the wrong, like, areas. You're not, you know, you're not trying to find a better career. You're not, you know, trying to create some sort of leverage with yourself. You're not trying to grow on social media to try to pursue a business, or you're not trying to, you know, educate yourself on where to invest your money. You're not doing any of that. Like, you're just grinding your gears at a job, working more and more hours, and that's okay for a certain point in time. Everyone has to go through that arc, usually. But there has to come a point where you have to do more than that. You have to figure out how to do that, as well as try to, you know, create your fucking business and go on that journey. That's the only way you're going to succeed. You can't just hope that, you know, your business is just going to work out from the start, and you don't want to work a job just because you're lazy. Not because, like, oh, you're going to transfer all of this focus and time and energy into the business. No, you're just lazy, and then you expect things to just happen. When, like, now you don't have a job, you sleep in, but you're working on a business, and you're slowly just, like, doing a whole lot of fucking nothing and telling yourself, oh, I'll create the doc for this tomorrow. Oh, I'll type this out tomorrow. I'll create this PDF tomorrow. I'll do whatever tomorrow. And then you don't actually, like, get to it. You gotta just be real with yourself for once and say, hey, am I actually doing everything that I need to do? And if not, figure out what that is for you, you know? And then just get that shit done. But yeah, I fucking love y'all. I love making these videos. I feel so inspired, so good. I know my direction completely. All my ideas are flowing real well. I'm controlling my anger, transmuting it. People respect me. People know when to back down, you know. People know when to just, you know, have a good conversation with me. Just, life is incredible right now. Like, I haven't felt like this in so long, and I owe it to Semen retention. Like, genuinely, it's saving my life and creating it. Right? That's it, man. Love y'all.